Hello and welcome to The Human Curious. If you enjoy thoughtful explorations, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Let's get curious together. We are a species of storytellers. It is how we make sense of the vast, chaotic universe around us. We tell stories about the stars. We tell stories about our ancestors. We tell stories about ourselves. But some stories are different. They are ancient, passed down through countless generations, whispered in tents and proclaimed in temples. These are the stories of the prophets. You might think of them as history, simple records of events long ago, but what if they are something more? What if these narratives are not just about the past? What if they are about the very fabric of our own minds? What if they are intricate maps, charting the hidden landscapes of the human soul? These tales, etched into the bedrock of human consciousness, are more than historical accounts. They are profound psychological dramas. They explore the deepest currents of human emotion, the struggles and triumphs that define our existence. Think about it. We have all felt envy. We have all known despair. We have all questioned our own abilities. These are not new feelings. They are as old as humanity itself. The stories of the prophets grapple with these universal experiences, holding up a mirror to our inner worlds. They invite us to look closer, to see ourselves in struggles of figures who lived millennia ago, to understand that our modern problems are timeless. In this journey, we will not look through theology alone. We will explore these tales as powerful allegories for the human condition. We will delve into the mind of a young man betrayed by his own brothers. We will meet a prophet swallowed by a great fish. We will follow a leader who stuttered in the face of destiny. We will see how their trials reveal the workings of envy, forgiveness, despair, resilience, self-doubt. These are not just characters in a book, they are archetypes, facets of our complex personalities, light and shadow within each of us. So, I invite you to open your mind. Let us travel back in time as explorers of the human psyche. Let us peel back layers of ancient narratives and discover the truths they hold about who we are. The story of Prophet Yusuf or Joseph begins not with a grand miracle but with a quiet, insidious emotion. It begins with envy. His brothers saw the special love their father Yaqub had for him. They saw the coat of many colors, a vibrant symbol of favor that set Yusuf apart. This favoritism did not inspire them to be better. Instead, it planted a dark seed in their hearts. Envy is a peculiar poison. It does not simply want what another person has. It often wants the other person to not have it at all. It is a corrosive force that clouds judgment and it transforms love into resentment. This feeling is not some ancient artifact. The psychology of envy is deeply embedded in our modern lives. We see it in the workplace, when a colleague gets a promotion we felt we deserved. We see it on social media as we scroll through curated images of other people's perfect lives, their perfect vacations, their perfect families. This constant comparison can ignite the same green-eyed monster that consumed Yusuf's brothers. It makes us feel diminished, overlooked, and inadequate. It whispers that someone else's success is somehow our failure, a dangerous and destructive lie that pits us against each other in a race with no finish line. The brothers' reaction was not logical. It was purely emotional. They did not confront their father or try to earn his affection through their own merits. Instead, their envy spiraled into a conspiracy. They plotted to remove the source of their pain, Yusuf himself. This shows how envy can hijack our rational mind. It creates a narrative where we are the victims and the object of our envy is the villain. This self-justifying story allows for actions that would otherwise be unthinkable. Betrayal becomes a form of justice in the twisted logic of an envious heart, a desperate attempt to rebalance the scales of perceived fairness. The story of Prophet Yunus or Jonah is one of the most vivid metaphors for the human experience of despair. He was a prophet given a mission to warn the people of Nineveh, but they rejected his message, and in a moment of frustration and anger, Yunus gave up. He abandoned his post. He ran away, boarding a ship to escape his calling. This act of fleeing is something we can all relate to. When faced with overwhelming failure or frustration, our first instinct is often to run to escape the situation, to pretend it does not exist. It is a flight response hardwired into our brains. The journey takes a dark turn. A storm rages, the crew casts lots to find the culprit. The lot falls on Yunus. He is cast into the tumultuous sea and swallowed by a great fish. This is not just a fantastical event. The belly of the whale is a powerful symbol for the darkest places in the human mind. It represents the crushing weight of depression, the isolation of profound grief, the suffocating darkness of hitting rock bottom. It is a place where you are utterly alone, consumed by your mistakes, with no light and seemingly no way out. Inside this living tomb, Yunus is stripped of everything. He has no distractions, no escape. He is forced to confront the totality of his failure and his disobedience. This is what a true emotional low feels like. The outside world ceases to exist, we are left alone with our thoughts. Prophet Musa, or Moses, is one of the most commanding figures in prophetic history. We picture him parting the sea, standing atop the mountain with the commandments. But the story of his beginning is not one of inherent confidence. When he is first called upon by God from the burning bush, his initial reaction is not a bold, "Here I am." Instead, it is one of profound self-doubt and hesitation. He is filled with fear. He immediately lists his perceived shortcomings, his unworthiness for such a monumental task. This is a deeply human and relatable moment. His primary concern was a physical one. He had a speech impediment. "My tongue is not fluent," he explains, worried that he will not be able to speak eloquently to the powerful Pharaoh. This is a classic manifestation of what we now call imposter syndrome. Despite being chosen for a divine mission, Musa felt like a fraud. He believed his imperfection disqualified him. How many of us have felt the same way? We are offered an opportunity, a promotion, a chance to lead, and our first thought is of all the reasons we are not good enough. We focus on our stutters, our insecurities, our past failures, and we feel paralyzed. Musa's self-doubt ran even deeper. He was not just worried about his speech, he was worried about his past. He had fled Egypt after killing a man, and he feared he would be captured and executed upon his return. His past mistakes loomed large in his mind, fueling his belief that he was the wrong person for the job. This is another universal human experience. We often allow our past to define our future, believing that our errors have permanently disqualified us from greatness or forgiveness. We carry the weight of our old selves like a heavy cloak, preventing us from stepping into the person we are meant to become. The story of Musa's calling is a powerful lesson in overcoming the inner critic. The stories of the prophets, Yusuf, Yunus, Musa, are far more than ancient legends or historical footnotes. As we have seen, they are intricate and timeless psychological maps. They chart the treacherous terrains of the human heart and mind with stunning accuracy. They are mirrors reflecting our own deepest struggles and our greatest potential. The envy of Yusuf's brothers is the envy we feel scrolling through social media. The dark, lonely belly of the whale is the depression that can swallow any one of us. The crippling self-doubt of Musa is the imposter syndrome that whispers in our ear before a big presentation. These narratives have endured for millennia for a reason. They distill the most complex aspects of our inner lives into powerful, memorable allegories. They explore the anatomy of betrayal, the corrosive nature of unchecked envy, the liberating power of forgiveness. They guide us through the suffocating darkness of despair and show us the path back to the light, a path paved with accountability and hope. They hold up the ideal of leadership not as flawless strength, but as the courage to act in spite of fear fortified by community and purpose. They are in essence a grand unified theory of the human soul. By looking at these stories, we connect with a wisdom that transcends culture, religion, and time. We realize that our most private struggles are, in fact, part of a shared human saga. There's a profound comfort in that. It tells us we are not alone in our jealousy, our despair, or our fear. Others have walked these paths before, and these stories are the maps they left behind for us to follow. They invite us to engage in a form of sacred self-reflection, to see our own lives as a heroic journey with its own trials, tests, and opportunities for profound growth. So, the next time you hear these stories, I encourage you to listen differently. The journey of the soul is an old one, and these stories are its most enduring atlas.